There is a moment you do not talk about, the moment when you realize you could leave, but you don't. Not because you are trapped, not because you don't see the red flags, but because something inside you hesitates, and you do not fully understand why. You replay conversations in your head. You remember what they said, what you said, what you should have said. And even when it hurts, you still think, maybe I am the problem. That thought alone keeps a lot of people stuck. This can happen to anyone, a man, a woman, someone confident, someone quiet. It does not start toxic, it starts normal, comforting, familiar. You laugh together, you share stories, you feel chosen. Then slowly something shifts. You begin to feel uneasy, but you cannot explain it. You feel small moments of doubt, but you ignore them. You tell yourself every relationship has problems, and that is true. But deep down, you know this feels different. Here is the part most people miss. You do not stay because of love alone. You stay because leaving would force you to face something about yourself. Maybe it would mean admitting you ignored your instincts. Maybe it would mean admitting you outgrew someone. Maybe it would mean admitting you stayed longer than you should have. That can feel heavier than staying. So you adjust, you tolerate, you wait. You become careful with your words. You explain your feelings instead of expressing them. You start measuring your reactions. And at some point, you stop asking, is this healthy? You start asking, how do I make this work? Pause for a second. Think about how often you feel at peace with this person versus how often you feel confused. That answer usually tells the truth. Another quiet reason people stay is hope. Not loud hope, silent hope. The kind that says they were not always like this. Or, I know who they really are. You fall in love with potential, with memories, with a version of the relationship that only shows up sometimes. And those moments are powerful. They reset your doubt. They make you question your own pain. You think, see, this is why I stay. But consistency matters more than intensity, and your nervous system knows the difference. Here is something uncomfortable, but honest. If you grew up learning that love comes with tension, you might confuse anxiety with connection. If you learn to work for affection, you might stay where you are, constantly proving yourself. Not because you want to suffer, but because it feels familiar. Familiar does not always mean safe. It just means known. And walking away from the known can feel like losing part of yourself. So you tell yourself, maybe tomorrow will be better. Maybe after this conversation. Maybe after this phase. Meanwhile, time keeps moving. And one day, you notice you are more tired than happy, more alert than relaxed, more lonely in the relationship than outside of it. That realization is quiet. It does not scream. It sits with you. Awareness is not about judging yourself. It is about noticing patterns without excuses, asking gently, what am I holding on to, and what is this costing me? You do not need to answer right now. Just notice how your body reacts when you imagine staying, and when you imagine leaving. That contrast matters. If this felt familiar, you are not broken. You are human, and sometimes understanding why you stay is the first step to choosing differently. If you want more reflections like this, you can stay here with the behavior code. Not because you have to, but because awareness grows quietly when you allow yourself to listen.